Okay, we're going to start looking at point slope form. So what I've got is a little bit different form of the slope intercept form, the y equals mx plus b. You'll notice here that you have the y, the m, and the x, but I have no b. So what we're going to use is a point that's given to us, should be x1 and y1, and we're going to use that to find out what our y-intercept would be. So we'll substitute the known values into the point slope form, which again is our y minus y1 equals mx, m times x minus x1. And we'll simplify to get the slope intercept form, or y equals mx plus b. So the most important thing to notice on this is that the x value of this is going to be multiplied by the slope. So whatever our slope is, we'll have to multiply it by the x, which would just give us m and x together, and then the slope times x1, and then take and move that y value over. So let's look at our first example. We've got find the equation of a line that crosses through the point 2, 4, and has a slope of 1. So we're just going to fill in those values into this point slope form. So y minus my y1, which would be 4, then my slope is 1, then x minus 2 because that's my x1. So when I multiply 1 times x and negative 2, I just get x minus 2 because 1 times anything is itself. So y minus 4 equals x minus 2. Then we can just solve by moving this negative 4 over, well, or canceling it out rather, by adding 4 to both sides. So what happens is the negative 4, positive 4 cancel out. And I do x, the minus 2 plus 4 ends up with a positive 2. So at the end, my formula would be y equals 1x plus 2. And looking at our second one, now we've got one that has a slope that's different than 1. So let's see what we get here. Again, 6 is going to be my y1, negative 2 will be my x1. So y minus 6, and I have a slope of 1/2. 1/2 times x minus a negative 2. So my steps now, I'm going to take and multiply 1/2 times the x, should be 1/2 x, and 1/2 times minus a negative, we'll go ahead and change that to plus a positive. So 1/2 times 2 would just give me 1 equals y minus 6. My last step here, I'm going to take and add 6 to both sides. So those cancel out. And I'm left with y equals 1/2 x plus 7. So now we've got our formula that we can work with, graph a line, do whatever we need to do with it. Another thing we'll go over is how to take and we can put that into Desmos pretty quickly, pretty easily, and have it give us all that information that we need as well. Kind of solve that line for us. So last one, I'll have find the equation of a line that crosses through the point negative 2, 6 and has a slope of 0. So when I have a slope of 0, let's go ahead and put it in our formula. So there's y1 and x1 of y minus 6 equals 0 times x minus negative 2 Then when I multiply 0 times those, what's going to happen is everything turns to 0. So there's 0 x's plus 0. And I just need to add 6 to that. End up with y equals 6. And so hopefully remember that when we've got a line with a 0 slope, it's going to be a y equals. So my answer just be a horizontal line. That's my OI. Horizontal, 0 slope is a y equals. So that was just y equals 6. And look for information on how we take that, and we can use Desmos to put that in and kind of work that point slope form around pretty easily too.